was not considered upper echelon, becoming such only in the 2000s. Despite all the talks, in September of '95, Nas stood across the champion. The Brit Steve Robinson owned a streak of 8 victories with 7 defenses, and was far from a punching bag. The bigger man, Robinson, tried to march forward, but all the shots were way off.
Wearing down later on, let's see. Yes, it certainly looks like where he's keeping...
Nسيم was the boss in the ring.
Robinson's not buying that. He's fighting out of that high-held guard, just waiting his...
Come the 5th frame, he abandoned the antics and opened with a powerful combination.
I think Robinson, oh, he's got him! Down goes Robinson for only the 2nd time.
Steve got up and went into survival mode.
He's been outboxed, he's finding the angles now, and he's beginning to get through. Robinson...
The exhausted title holder got through 2 more rounds.
The last rally of a proud champion.
In the 8th, the strap was surrendered to the new owner.
In the last couple of rounds, maybe. And that's just a slip. Now he slipped.
Having floored the champ with a left hook, Prince became the real king at the age of 21, with an impressive 20-0 record. However, the first high-profile belt cost the young talent dearly. Nas suffered a serious hand injury, which would haunt him until the end of his career.
From the more partisan of the Robinson.
Hamed spent the year of 1996 defending the newly captured crown. The March meeting with Saeed Lawal was almost cut short at the 3-second mark. The cameraman was just zooming in when Lawal had already been plastered across the canvas. On autopilot, the challenger managed to prolong the bout for another 32 seconds.
The first fight is not finished in the first round, it's because Nas doesn't want to. Yep, it's all over. All over.
In a duel with Daniel Alicia, Nas introduced himself as the owner of the palace. The undefeated Puerto Rican with 15 wins and 13 knockouts planned to make the match last longer than Prince's entrance.
35 seconds.
Kicking off with a traditional mockery of the opponent's skills,
A right hand gets through from outside of one there.
the champion recklessly stayed in the exchange for too long.
He's not psyched out in any way. Good right hand again.
Oh, he's got him down! Nسيم is put down by a right hand.
Having touched the ground for the first time, Hamed was expected to exercise caution or be punished for arrogance. The mind games would not stop nonetheless.
Seen before, he's caught by a right uppercut. And that...
In the second lap, Alicia suffered a severe disappointment.
Good solid right hand there.
Oh, left hook, and down goes Alice. Down in both rounds so far.
Heavy
Right,
punches.
and a left, and a hook. He's won it in round 2. The 9th time.
He entered a shootout and came out of it unconscious.
To suffering the first knockdown of his career.
The next contender was a former and future belt holder under various sanctioning bodies, Manuel Medina. Nسيم dominated at the outset,
This is the round. He predicted he'd win the left hand.
but the Mexican persevered and connected hard more than once.
Cut. That isn't helping his cause. Once again. Oh, right hand knocks Hamid's gum shield.
Despite landing a lot, Manuel ate a fair share of hefty punches later in the fight.
Glenn has it even at the moment, and a right hand from Hamid has Medina down. And the warnings Hamid's had about keeping his gum shield, hands low.
After the 11th round, Medina's corner stopped the contest.
The first man to stop Medina.
Nسيم chalked up his second dicey performance in a row to the flu. The unbeaten Argentine Remigio Molina, with an impressive record of 27-0, has traditionally had enough in under 6 minutes.
Big right hand, he walked up to that. Molina took those punches extraordinarily well. How is he? At the moment, Nسím's doing what he wants. Right hand and a thunderous left.
4 successful defenses led Hamed to Tom Johnson in February 1997. Known by the nickname Boom Boom, the 44-2 IBF champion had previously dispatched 11 contenders entering this title unification bout. Against Nسím, each punch clearly had an impact on Johnson.
Suddenly, he's got him with a left hand. Johnson backed up against the ropes, has to take another right hand this time. He's in the...
The Brit, who had been rocked in recent battles, had something to worry about as well.
Oh, and a right hand catches
decent punches. He's got to try and hurt Hamed with a good right hand.
In the 7th round, the Prince picked up the pace and was not going to let the opponent off the hook.
Gets Johnson going again. Oh, here we go.
All calls from a little short left hook inside, and again Johnson's hurt.
He can be a chilling finisher.
In the next frame, he found a way to blow up Boom Boom's old noggin.
If Nassim can find another big punch like that, a right uppercut in the 8th round. He'll do very well to get up from this.
An uppercut from hell marked the 25th triumph for Nas, who managed to accumulate 23 finishes and 2 significant belts in 5 years as a pro. A formidable knockout artist was here to stay, not only annoying everyone with his behavior and arrogance, but getting the job done in the ring.
Barry, what did you think of that?
Acknowledging the theatrical nature of boxing and the biggest stage being across the ocean, the Brit planned a voyage to North America. In the meantime, while contracts were being prepared, he defended the titles against the veteran Bill Hardy in a single round.
Well, Peter, then another right hand has jacked him when you thought he was going to stay down. It looked as if it would have stopped anyway. He said round 1, it is round 1.
In the same hands-by-the-waist style, the Argentine finisher Juan Cabrera was cut short at the 6th minute.
Bringing them off, bringing them round. Another good left hand.
And Cabrera is stopped in the 2nd round, just as...
Due to disputes with the promoters, Nassim was soon forced to relinquish the IBF strap, which was no longer needed to set up money fights anyway. The last stop was a return to Sheffield for an October confrontation with Jose Badillo. Despite the Puerto Rican's 20-1 portfolio with 15 knockouts, Nas delivered one of the best career performances.
Again, that right hand working so well, and this is a very confident Hamed.
Look at this, I think he's trying to do all this for the Sheffield fans. He's playing to the audience, trying to taunt poor Badillo, who's taking all this.
Badillo boldly withstood the jabbing extravaganza for a while.
Previously in their careers, many of them.
The economical yet undeniable dominance of the Prince became obvious even to the Puerto Rican's corner, and they interrupted the beating in the 7th round.
Badillo, not too happy, took another big left hand. This fellow is durable, but even he was wobbled by that. Then a right. Blood coming from his nose. This could be the finish now. They want to stop it. Badillo's corner want to stop it.
The coach's game plan was followed to a T. The moment had arrived to produce blockbusters in the biggest boxing venues.
So Nassim Hamed makes it.
The Brits' widely publicized debut at New York's Madison Square Garden took place in December of 1997. This was the first combat trip of the 23-year-old Nassim, and he only climbed through the ropes after a 10-minute dance party. The former owner of the prestigious WBC Gold, Kevin Kelly, was waiting for him, with a record of 47-1, with 32 knockouts to show. Using the size advantage and a crisp jab, the American southpaw forced the adversary to fight with the hands up for the first time ever.
He is unable to solve, but down goes the Prince on Kelly's first series.
A double knockdown in the 2nd round awakened the Prince.
His gloves touch the canvas, the count begins. The 2nd knockdown for Kelly. So 1 knockdown.
In response, Nas himself introduced the opponent to the floor.
I think the mistake he made, there we saw it, right there.
There's the power. There's the power you were talking about.
Kelly managed to make the scrap competitive in the 3rd.
Takes a hard left from
Damage.
Kelly lands.
Yet the tit-for-tat exchange in the 4th
Down goes Kelly on 2 hard. Kelly a little slow to respond here.
You got to be careful mixing up with Kelly because he
was in Hamed's favor.
Hand by Kelly, and a right hand shot. Leaping right hand by the Prince. Ooh. And a hard left. And Kelly's down for the 3rd time. Raises the canvas.
A hard and well-deserved win against serious opposition.
Stunning left hand. And Kevin Kelly on a...
Nassim's next rival was the lineal division champion Wilfredo Vasquez. The Puerto Rican held the prestigious WBA belt, but the organization banned the unification of titles, A lone loss in 23 appearances over 8 years made Wilfredo a force to be reckoned with. In the second frame, Vasquez managed to wobble the reigning king with a right hook.
Oh, countering right. Good shot. And
Figuring out the timing, Hamed scored a knockdown in the third round.
Very unique.
oh, left hook, and he's got it this time, and they'll have to count that.
And repeated in the sixth.
The Prince. Oh, left hand.
After the Puerto Rican threw a punch despite the referee's command
Now the referee stops it.
and decided to get on Prince's nerves,
Hanging around, pass each other.
his minutes were numbered.
Would like him to do that.
Oh, leather left hand. And he
Moving in, looking for the big punch. That was a good right hand.
was going to be on the verge here. It is stopped in round 7.
With a record of 30-0 with 28 knockouts and 11 championship-level victories, the 24-year-old Nas became a global star of the featherweight division. On Halloween 1998, Hamed returned to the U.S. to face the third world champion in a row, Wayne McCullough. He entered the arena to the sound of Michael Jackson's Thriller, but failed to fulfill the promise to bury the Irishman. McCullough, who had never been face-planted, survived this time as well. Losing by decision, Wayne ended Nas's streak of 18 knockouts in a row.
Try to find the Prince's body. Right hand up the pipe by Nas. And McCullough is likely to earn some other chances.
The Brits' declining interest in training was becoming apparent. The behind-the-scenes scandals in his team did not help either. Signing with a new promoter, Nseem also got rid of the long-standing coach, Brendan Ingle. The million-earning prince did not want to give away the 10% due under the old agreement.
I feel betrayed. He's Judas. The only problem is all about money.
Ingle, on the other hand, was not going to put up with the lazy attitude in the gym.
21, so he's with me 14 years. So he thought he knew it all. So now he wasn't going to give me any credit. You know, be kind to everybody on your way up because you'll meet them on your way down.
After the breakup, the Brit turned to the famous trainer Emmanuel Stewart, and Ingle said that Nas had 4 solid performances left in him. If he only knew how accurate that prediction was. Hamed started the last year of the millennium with a showing in April against the undefeated Paul Ingle, with a record of 21 wins with 15 knockouts. The old coach's namesake spoiled Naseem's second fight in a row, refusing to be finished in the opening rounds.
They didn't have another pair of brand new red gloves left, so Paul Ingle got stuck with the yellow.
Don't blame Prince does. Style yourself a knockout artist and say you were going to dominate your opponent.
Paul was knocked down twice, but got up. In the 9th frame, the challenger even seized the initiative, bloodying the champion's face.
Cortez is a terrific referee. I totally agree with you.
Nevertheless, in the 11th, the Prince sent the stubborn counterpart to the floor for the third and last time.
Win this fight, and if a knockout presents itself, let it happen.
Here's the third set. Second 11th round knockout of Prince Naseem's career. The straight.
Despite the positive outcomes, the flaws that had spelled trouble more than once were becoming apparent. Bigger and more patient opponents were able to catch him on exaggerated slips.
That is a puzzle that Kelly is unable to solve.
An excellent chin and tremendous power helped out. Still, at the highest level, this was not enough. The Sheffielder's main achievement of 1999 was the WBC belt, which he won in an uneventful contest with Cesar Soto. Spending an overwhelming portion of the bout in the clinch, Hamed was more remembered for wrestling fouls, not for sharp strikes.
Now, in a round and a half. And it'll be interesting to see what penalty this draws from that.
The Mexican surrendered the title only after the final bell.
Stop! Not one.
Subsequently,